Jacksonville in Northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Jacksonville Jaguars. First carry for Nick Chubb. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
It's our time. It's our time.
A run for Nick Chubb. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That's out to Chubb, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They go play action now. Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Set up, 50, plant.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Hey, high 7.
2nd and 13. go down. They sack him back at the 42. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
Hey, wahoo!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
20.
They go play action with Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Point after by Lambo, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. They begin this drive with Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Throwing is Wilson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. First carry now for David Montgomery. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Josh Allen, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now it's Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. There he goes, right side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
But number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
This is fielded at the goal line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he is going to lose yardage here. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
And it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
53 is the mark.
Second and 6. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's good for 28 yards. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. General West.
Check 4, check 4. Shift.
Fournette, a first down carry. The stop was made by Jannard Avery.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
53, Mike 53. Bandit.
Second and 9 now. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35.
That's good for the Jaguars. First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the set.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 35-yard line.
Haywood.
56.
Go.
They'll set up a throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Second and 1. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Pilot, 64, quick.
That's good.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 21-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Browns take over.
Let's go, do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. On third down, Wilson. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting back.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Push him back. Push him back.
Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On third down, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Get it.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. The Browns drive about to get started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
10-2 stop.
53, Mike 53. Let's go, defense.
80 weapons.
Hey, here we go. He's coming. Double up, double up.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big pickup of 38. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Ingram. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check.
56, pull it high. Put up. Snap.
They'll throw now on the final play. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. He's at the 30, 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously decline that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Ready, go. Shoot.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Fournette running out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
18 Gators. Bravo.
Second and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Check three, check three.
Protein spill.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 50.
Go.
Mike, 53.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
53.
Hit it.
53.
He'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Check 25.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53.
Yes.
Coming to you.
Hey. High 7.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a
Get it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. David Njoku there to make the grab. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up there. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
8-3.
You got nothing.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Say,
Topper. Go. 5.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Chubb, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. 19 yards there on the pickup. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. DK Metcalf, 47 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
They're going to look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Fournette. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter,
and that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. David Njoku, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. Oh, and he'll just get rid of this one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Finds his target, Montgomery. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually...
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. The Browns on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Wilson. He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just... Nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. A gain of 6 there on first. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go play action here on first down. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 56 to Mike.
Hey, Haywood.
Yeah, I got you.
Looking to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end, and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll drop the throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in pre